Good evening, everyone. I want to speak to you directly, from the heart. Life has a way of testing us. Every single one of us in this room has been knocked down before. We've all had moments when we wondered if we could get back up again. But here's the truth. Getting knocked down is guaranteed. Staying down is a choice. I've often said something that surprises people. Fall forward. Don't fall back into fear or regret. Fall forward into growth, into faith, into the next chapter of your life. When I was young, I didn't have the kind of career people thought I should have. They told me I didn't look the part, that I would never make it as an actor, that my chances were slim. But I held on to faith. I held on to discipline. And with time, the doors that were closed started to open. Not all at once, but one by one. That lesson applies no matter how old you are. If you're 60, 70, or even 80, you know by now that nothing worthwhile comes without struggle. You know what it feels like to lose, to stumble, to be told no. And yet, here you are. That tells me you still have more to give. Discipline is not reserved for the young. Every day, you can set a rhythm that builds momentum. Maybe it's waking up and walking a mile. Maybe it's committing to prayer or meditation every morning. Maybe it's spending 15 minutes learning something new. Small, consistent habits create transformation. And discipline, when paired with faith, becomes unstoppable. Faith is believing in things unseen. It's knowing that even when you can't see the full staircase, you still take the first step. It is that inner voice that whispers, "Keep going," when the world says, "Quit." Faith is what gives your discipline direction. I want to remind you that at this stage of life, you have more wisdom than most. You've already survived hardships that many younger people have never even imagined. You've already proven you can endure. Now the question is, will you fall back into comfort and doubt, or will you fall forward into possibility? Don't listen to the lie that says it's too late. Don't believe the voice that tells you your best days are behind you. You are breathing, you are alive, and that means God is not finished with you yet. So take a step forward. Pursue that project. Start that second career. Mentor someone who needs your wisdom. Fall forward into the next chapter and watch how much more life has waiting for you.
Good evening, my friends. I want you to take a moment with me and recognize something powerful. The fact that you are here, alive, listening to this message means your story is not over. Too many people believe that once they cross 60, 70, or 80, the best chapters are behind them. But I am here to tell you that is simply not true. Purpose does not retire. Dreams do not come with an expiration date. When I was a little girl in Mississippi, sitting on the porch with nothing but a big imagination, if someone had told me I would one day have a platform to speak to millions, I would have thought they were joking. And yet, it happened. Because I understood that what matters most is not what you've lost, but what you are still capable of creating. At 60, you don't have less. You actually have more. You have wisdom. You have scars that taught you strength. You have lessons that no book could teach. And all of that gives you the power to live with greater clarity than ever before. Yes, you may have retired from a job. Yes, your children may be grown. Yes, you may have faced losses that felt impossible to recover from. But those endings are also invitations. Invitations to begin again, to plant new seeds, to write new chapters. So I ask you today, what seed can you plant? Maybe it's the seed of kindness in your community. Maybe it's mentoring someone younger who needs your wisdom. Maybe it's finally starting that book you've dreamed of writing. Maybe it's choosing to forgive yourself and open the door to joy again. Your purpose is not what you did yesterday. Your purpose is who you are still becoming today. Every morning you wake up is another chance to begin again. Every day is another opportunity to live with intention, to love deeply, to inspire someone else by the way you carry yourself. So I encourage you, stop saying it's too late. It is never too late. The story is still being written, and the next chapter just might be the best one yet.
Good evening, friends. I want to start with something simple. Life is meant to be an adventure. That's true at 20, and it's just as true at 70. Age doesn't end adventure. Attitude does. I've spent my life starting businesses, traveling the world, trying things I probably had no business trying. Some worked, some didn't. But the thrill of living has always been in daring to try. People sometimes assume adventure is only for the young. But the truth is, you appreciate it more as you get older because you know how precious time is. At 60 or 70, you have more freedom than ever to explore. You're not proving yourself to anyone anymore. You're not chasing other people's expectations. You've lived long enough to know what matters to you. That means now is the perfect time to take risks. Not reckless risks, but bold ones that fill your days with meaning. The biggest risk you face is not failure. It's regret. It's looking back and realizing you played it safe when you could have lived with more color, more daring, more joy. Adventure can take many forms. It might mean starting a small business you always dreamed of. It might mean traveling to places you've never been. It might be learning a new skill, even if people laugh and say you're too old. It might be mentoring young entrepreneurs who need the guidance only someone with your experience can give. I've met people who started businesses in their 70s that changed entire communities. I've seen people take up painting or writing in their later years and find a joy they never expected. Adventure is not measured in years, it's measured in spirit. So don't buy the idea that your adventures are behind you. The truth is, the second act of your life may be the best adventure of all. You've already proven you can survive. Now is the time to thrive. Try the thing you've been putting off. Take the leap you've been afraid to take. Surround yourself with people who still dream big, who remind you that curiosity doesn't age. And when you look back, you'll know you lived. Not cautiously, but courageously. Because adventure doesn't retire, and neither should you.
Good evening, everyone. If you know anything about my journey, you know it has not been a straight line. I have built, I have lost, and I have rebuilt. And what I have discovered is that reinvention is not something reserved for the young. Reinvention belongs to all of us at every stage of life. When I was young, I modeled. Then I built a catering business. Later, I built a lifestyle empire. And then, life took a turn. I faced very public setbacks. But each time, I learned that life is not one path. It is a series of redesigns. At 30, reinvention may look like ambition. At 50, it may look like wisdom. And at 70 or 80, reinvention takes courage. The courage to rise again after setbacks, to reimagine yourself when others doubt you, to see possibility when others see endings. I often hear people say, I'm too old to start over. And I always remind them, you are not too old. You are seasoned. You are experienced. You are prepared in ways you may not even realize. The skills you carry, the lessons you've learned, the resilience you've gained, these are priceless. They are the raw materials for your next masterpiece. Think of this stage of life as your greatest creative project yet. What would it look like if you designed these years with joy, purpose, and courage? Write that cookbook, grow that garden, teach that class, mentor the next leader, start that small business, or simply choose to create a daily rhythm that brings you peace and fulfillment. Reinvention is not about denying who you were. It is about honoring who you are becoming. Each reinvention makes you stronger. Each new chapter adds depth to your story. Each comeback you make inspires others who are watching you. So do not see age as a limit. See it as a canvas richer and more vibrant than anything you had before. And now, it is time to create something beautiful with it. Your masterpiece is not behind you. Your masterpiece is waiting for you to begin it today.